it if I want it. Gotta make to myself a promise. I won't quit, keep going till I got it. I won't give up till I'm on top.
Yo, no, I ain't the type to give up. If I do something, man, I do it till I get what I want. I turn a business out of nothing into something I love. I got a poker face, but honestly, I'm not one to bluff. I flip a switch, never miss, man, I always stay up. Don't let them see you, bitch, always have a plan to stay tough. This life ahead of you ain't easy, it was built to be rough. But that's what makes a personality, is tragedy, bruh. So keep your head on your shoulders. Now we ain't out here moving rocks, we out here moving boulders. Now we ain't getting posterized, we out here making posters. And we
What up? What up? What up? Welcome into Pregaming here on the Sports Money Network. This is live action. I have popped open my Facebook account for the first time in forever. And I'm scrolling live with you guys on screen here. Chick was a smoke show, and I don't know anybody that knows her, but yet it's somebody I might know, and she's in my hometown. So we'll see if the connection can be made. Do they still do that on Facebook? I don't know, but I know we're live streaming on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Kick, Twitter, alternate channels here, you guys. The launch has been made. Look at the moves that are happening here with the fellas. I got to tell you, got to have winning sports picks, right? I know a good friend of mine said the most important thing is you win. Check. But in terms of who puts the damn effort in, can you guys find any other place that is as committed to finding victories as the Sports Money Network? Man, these are just some hard-working fellas. Big day on Saturday, UFC stream, 6 hours plus. We'll get it right. It's got to get tight. You guys will be all right. Nobody's going to be upset. It's all about getting winning picks. Then we fired off yesterday. What was it, 9 hours? Left there with my man Nuke Worker going through that last NHL game. The NBA gave you guys more winners. Gave you the NBA winner in the Minnesota Timberwolves game as well. Feels good to win. Feels good to be here with you guys, though. And the launch is official. Phase 2. The former Sports Money channel has morphed into the umbrella with our man Razor, and it is now the Sports Money Network. We have the Sports Money Gaming channel as well. So when them boys are playing darts, when they want to do last minute pop-up shows, listen, we want to help you guys find us. And so we schedule our programming here on the Sports Money Network. You guys can expect it. You'll know when to see it. Know when to be here to rock and roll with us as we do it. But the lifestyle stuff, man, you got to have a spot for that. You got to have an outlet. We're not just here 24/7 grinding on sports. Sometimes they want to go head-to-head and play some darts. Sometimes they want to get a little battlefield going. I don't know. Sometimes they want to just get out there and pop a beer and vibe. We got it all covered here at the Sports Money Network, you guys. And it's exciting. Just exciting to see what's happening here. The shows that are in the works, the shows that are out there on the table. More and more action on a regular basis. All you guys got to do is show up, tune in, zoom in, and win with us here. I've said to you guys before, I think we got to figure it out. You know, the terms of checking out opportunities here, you know, contrary to opinion, there's a reason we don't have a live show at 10, 11, 12 o'clock at night to cap for the next day. It's ineffective. Might want to see it. Might want to sit and hear it while you're, I don't know, taking out the trash and getting ready for bed. But we don't want you to start processing information like that because the brain needs the rest. You have to debrief yesterday before you can start capping today. And maybe that happens overnight. Maybe that's what you spend your time doing here. But we want to give you guys the psychology and the science behind this thing, in addition to our tools, our technology, and our expertise to help you guys with informed betting decisions. Simply, the only thing we ask you to do as we continue this beautiful journey is we ask you guys to simply hit that thumbs up button. If you haven't done so already, it only takes a second. It costs you nothing. And God damn it, I think this is a really good looking thumbs up video. Notice the graphics. Notice the aesthetics. Notice how it flows, man. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. I see some fucking comment that gets me jacked up. Shout out to True Tellers in the house here. DP Mudasaka says Carpe Diem. Fuck yeah. You know, when somebody starts out a statement that says Carpe Diem, you got to read the rest of it. And it says, cut the head off the weak snake. And that's Monday. Conquer the day, then the week. God damn. God damn. That gets you fired up. I mean, I like to talk about sharpening the sword and following the blood trail into the woods and coming home with dinner, but man, seize the day, my friend DP Mudasaka. Let's go. Ick in the house. He says, Ick, Pops, and Razor watching pre-gaming on the big screen live from the RSP bar. I mean, they know where the link is. Maybe they want to pop in and give a play. I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen here today. It's Wild Card Monday. I'm fired up, though. We got Major League Sports on the docket here this afternoon. I added some plays here as well for the Major League Baseball card. We're going to go NHL playoffs. I'm going to give you guys not one, not two, but 3 winning bets. I think I've got the inside, the hoedown on the lowdown for the showdown here for the NHL. We're going to go Nerfies and Yerfies. Man, I was just looking. My Yerfie record is 9-1. I got to add up I put a lot of Nerfies out there. I know we had we had one day where we lost 3. I think we had lost 2 going into that, and maybe 1 more since then. So I gotta go back and do a little record keeping. But we're gonna talk some Nerfies and Yerfies. I've got an official Yerfie for you guys here. Then we'll go to the NBA. What do you say we talk about all the ways to get paid there? We've got the Pistons and Cavaliers, the Thunder and the Lakers. The Thunder to the Thunder. We'll go some player props. I'm going to intertwine them. I've got a player prop for each NBA game. I've got, 2 for the NHL games that I played. I did a parlay. You want to hear my parlay? You want to hear my parlay, motherfuckers? Let's go. Let me show you something. I'll just read it off. Why the hell not? I told you I like to have fun. It's a 6-game card today in Major League Baseball. And, that is where the money is made. So let me fire this at you guys. I think these are all great standalone plays. I wouldn't be mad at anybody that wants to go that route. By the way, fuck Tottenham in the English Premier League. Fucking penalty with 12 minutes left in the game. Like, you knew it was over at that point. Shitheads. But that's okay. Onward, upward here. I've got Johnny Aranda, 1+ hit. Nathan Eovaldi, 5+ strikeouts. Peter Lambert, 5+ strikeouts. Ryan Withers, 6+ strikeouts. Aaron Judge to get a single, and then a loader-upper on this late game here. Kyle Tucker, 2+ hits, runs, RBIs. Louis Arise, 2+ hits, runs, RBIs. And Roki Sasaki, over 2.5 earned runs. It's 8 legs, but it's 61-1. So do with that what you will. That's right, Phil the Kill. I got to get that clip for us here. Always got to get clips. Always got to get things going. There we go. Smoke and Mirrors has made the official check-in with the boys at the they got the horse racing tracks opening up this week, boys, girls. Them fellas are there. So there's my 8-leg specific MLB parlay. Now play them all individually. I get it. If they're 5+ and Eovaldi, I like his over 5.5. I just kind of teased it down a little bit, but we will get to work. We will talk about this first game. We will tell you why the Colorado Avalanche are going to beat the Minnesota Wild here tonight. And it comes down to really, I think, one big thing. You only get one shot. Do not miss your chance to stop that puck as it relates for the goaltender here in Colorado. It is big moves Monday for this young feller. He comes into this thing here, and somebody messaged me the other day. They're like, every time you say young feller, you sound like an old man. I said, I do that on purpose, dumb fuckers. 29-7-5 are the Colorado Avalanche here against the Minnesota Wild here. That's a road record. So respect and recognize what's going on. But I think the biggest move, the biggest opportunity here, first and foremost, Wallstedt, Gustafsson, big change up last game out there. Hey, look, man, shout out to Minnesota. They were backs against the wall, a venue change, coming back home, and they put the boot literally to the ass of the Colorado Avalanche. I think you only made him angry. I think that only gets him angry. Now they pulled the goaltender that game, and therein lies the opportunity for this game. We remember this pile of emotional stress was Mackenzie Blackwood getting the chance to come over from the San Jose Sharks. So now, hear me out. Scotty Wedgwood was the starter, playoff starter. Beat the, listen, got to respect playoff starters. There's no doubt about it. Mackenzie Blackwood was a number one. Now, he was a number one for a number two, if you follow what I'm saying. But he was a number one. Okay. San Jose Sharks, they move on from and last season. So this is his first full season here. And, this is the opportunity of a lifetime for this kid. And I'm not going to say that it all kind of hones and centers around, but a hot goaltender shuts anybody down. I think you shut the team down. Not only do you shut them down, but you're also dealing with the fact that one of their key players, a top 4 defenseman, hurt on this Minnesota Wild side of things here. So look, you make them a favorite for a reason. If they lost the last game, they were a favorite. The opponent was the dog in wins. It just continues to kick ass and take names. It's got a 69% win rate over 19 years. The streak would tell you there is no streak in this game. The Colorado Avalanche were streaking. The trend will tell you this is a Colorado bounce back fire spot. Now, you can look simply at the trend, or you can dissect and ingest the information I just fucking hot dosed right into your veins for you when it comes to this goaltending situation out there. And I think that's going to be the difference maker tonight. You're not going to see 5 goals get slid past. And for 2 reasons. One, you don't have another, your goaltending options are slim. 2, when you're in that situation and you're playing the goalie change, you tend to play a more defensive oriented game of NHL, game of biscuit, a game of puck, as they call it. So I think all those reasons and then some are the reasons why we're going to see the Colorado Avalanche win. Now, I'm going to take Mackenzie Blackwood over 24.5 shots on goal. Wedgwood was getting peppered his first 2 games, 30 shots and 29 shots. So 24.5 seems fair. Seems in the wheelhouse. And it's a -120 price tag. Love it. I think that's a really great price tag for Mackenzie Blackwood to go out there and play shutdown fuck you hockey. Okay. Now, the last play I got for you guys is going to look at Ryan Hartman. Now, I like loading Ryan Hartman up. The problem I have, and ultimately the option that I settled with, are shots on goal. Specifically because Eriksson Ek is going to miss game 4. That will thunder fuck Ryan Hartman to the top of the slot. He'll be on the top line. He'll have power play minutes, and he's got 15 shots on goal in the series. So this is one of those spots where the books just missed it. They don't recognize that this dude's got 5 shots a game, and they're fucking putting him on the top line and price tagging him like he's a third line scumbag. So there you have it. 3 plays in the NHL. A big 8-leg parlay in, Major League Baseball. Why the fuck not? We're going to move on, you guys. I'm curious what you think about this NHL game. Who's going to win? Do you have any player props? Who's going to score the first goal? All those fun things out there. Look, the only reason that I see, we're sniffing the edges of this thing, right? Every time I hear that, I think of a buddy of mine that was talking filthy. But anyhow, I think with Blackwood coming out there playing fuck you hockey, it puts a difficult situation for anybody to score on the Minnesota Wild side of things. Now, the anomaly to this cap would be that the Minnesota Wild go out there and punch in 6 fucking goals again, right? That would throw this whole cap and thought process out the window. And then, in fact, Colorado would be in real trouble, I think. But look, I don't live in Rainbow Land. I get it. I see the situation and the way it rolls out here. I like a power play point for this Hartman. You know what's funny? The dude that I don't want to out him, but the dude that used to call about the sniffing around the edges, his last name was Hartman. So anyways, Real dirtbag. But any plus 310 for a power play point, can't be mad at that. Guy's going to get the time. He's going to fill in the role. And if you're watching this series, if you're watching Minnesota in general, Eriksson Ek's a big time contributor on that squad. So I just went to his shots on goal because, again, he's averaging 5, and they're pricing him like he's a third line reduced minute shithead. And in fact, he'll be a top line contributor tonight. So there you go for the NHL, you guys, getting after it, talking Nerfies and Yerfies. Who wants to get in the Nerfy business? No joke. I got him right here. I got to calculate the Nerfies. It seems like the Yerfie's been doing really well. I mean, look, my only loss since the start of the season was the Baltimore Orioles, and I knew it was a fucking game 1 of a doubleheader. And then game 2, they smashed it. That was against the Yankees. So I'm going to go back to the Yankees for the yes run first inning here. Not a doubleheader, not a rescheduled weather delay situation, but a team that's smacking the fucking meatball. And that's the name of the game when it comes to the yes run first inning. You need to have guys like Aaron Judge in the top of the lineup. Check. You need to have a shitty base pitching situation in the opposite position. Check. You need to have a team that's on fucking fuego. Check. The Yankees, 5 of their last 6 games have hit the yes run first inning. And all 3 games in the Baltimore series hit the yes. 3 of 4 in this Baltimore series when they played the Yankees previously hit the yes. And you're getting it at like minus 110. What am I missing? We got the streak. We got the trend. We got the teams on fire. We got the track record to show they already did it. I'm going to take it. Yes, run first inning there. I don't want to discriminate against the no run first inning because sometimes it's fun not to root for runs. I would have to say, I'll tell you where's very misleading. A very misleading Nerfy spot. Texas and Arizona. Man, fucking Texas, dude. If you look at my Nerfies, the ones that have lost have got to be Texas. They punched 1 run. The fucking team is an under machine. Under 7.5, under 8, under 8.5. Don't matter, under whatever. They give them a 7, they get 6-0 final. But somebody's always scoring a run in the first inning. So I get it. Eovaldi, 75% first inning no run rate in the last 3 seasons means probably got to play Texas to win that first inning. If you really want to get sweaty. Not looking to get that sweaty. Not today. Gosh, you know who I think is sneaky? I'll tell you who I think is real sneaky. You're not going to like it, which makes me like it even more. How about that San Francisco LA Dodgers game? How about we go no run first inning in that son of a bitch? Huh? And look, a couple things I like about it. Maybe if somebody's live, we'll hop on and sweat it out. First of all, because it's at 10 o'clock. Second off, they fucking changed the price tag on it. Oh, no. I'm being stupid. Hang on. Everybody settle down. Just hang on. Just hold the phone. We're gonna make a big move here on this game. We're gonna cash a nice big ticket on this thing here. Because I think it's plus money. Yeah. And it's coming down. Oh man. How did this get? Woo. That's why we do the show at 5 o'clock, you guys. That way we don't let anything fall through the cracks. Like crack-a-cola. I'm sure that's not a phrase at all. I just made it up, but plus 104. I even see some 105s. I see a 102 out there for this no run first inning. Here's the deal. I think Sasaki gets tattooed, and I'm not sure about McDonald. He had a good game, but it was against the Padres. So when he goes 7 innings and gets 8 strikeouts, is that indicative of who he is, or is it just that the Padres were a fucking hot mess? It was a 3-2 final. This is going to be a second game. I do like, I mean, look, we were talking about this on the baseball show earlier today. Sasaki might just be that miss, like, remember, we'll talk about trends and streaks, right? Remember when the trend was young, hot supermodels on Sports Illustrated, right? The swimsuit issue I'm talking about. And then for some reason it was okay to have BBWs on there. And then there was like a chick that was a dude or something was on there. I don't know what was going on, or a dude that was a chick. I don't know what that fucking streak faded fast, didn't it? I'm not saying that the Japanese baseball starting pitcher trend is like the Sports Illustrated issues here, but Ohtani, killer. Imanaga, killer. Sasaki, not killer. We've now entered the BBW to the other one. Them gals that are hung like boys on the Sports Illustrated swimsuit issue. I think with Sasaki as a pitcher. So you'll never forget that analysis ever again. You're welcome for that. And I want that, because when you guys see Sasaki come on the bump, you're going to be like, this guy's fucking terrible. What happened? Where are them young skinny girls at? So that's the way we're going to fire off here in a highly controversial manner. Couldn't be any more filthy without getting filthy. So there you go. I'm going to take the no run first inning in that spot there. Sitting around plus 104, plus 105. And yes, I'm aware. You ain't canceling us. Let's go. God damn it. So you got a Yerpy. You got a Nerfy. I kind of like the Nerfy in that Tampa Bay Toronto game as well. I'm really fond of several plays in that spot, but it's a 6-game card. So we can't go looking to stomp the shit out of this thing. You know what I mean? Like, we got to be a little bit more selective. We got to have a little couth, as they say, when it comes down to it here. Yeah, no run first inning. Covered a lot already. Got a lot of plays out there. All right, here's a couple quick shots around the horn. I'm going to take the Angels. Fuck Cleveland. No disrespect, Dick. Not the land. I'm just saying, Cleveland in this case. My recency bias with, getting stomped on by beefy Guardian lines that end up falling flat reigns supreme, and their bullpen is definitely suspect. So I'm going to take a price play here, because I like quite a few favorites on the card tonight. I don't like San Francisco. Some people do. I guess I could maybe get there as the game ticks on here, but listen, damn, that Tottenham spot. What a fucking buster that was. Ugh. I got to look at this for the rest of the day. Comes down to back-to-back dogs. The road team as a dog was a dog their last game. They're hitting at 500. It's coin flip. But this coin flip's weighted big time on the Los Angeles Angels side of things here. So the risk return reward comes into fading this Guardians team. And you need a little bit of validation from the books. Let me talk to you about it, because you got tons of money coming in. 77% of the bets. We look at the percentage of bets. We look at the bets as the soup. Everything that's being written, it's the public. It's the whole makeup of the smash. 77% of the smash is on the Cleveland Guardians tonight. Only 61%. That does create a 16% differential. Now, it's not the biggest differential on the board, because Tampa Bay is at 20%. Seattle overs 17%. So there's the three biggest sharp indexed places on the board here today. But I like the Angels. I don't think that the hitting isn't what it was last year. I've talked about that and then some. The problem I have is Cantillo. Cantillo's a bit of a can. Speaking of canning, Griffin Canning. This dude's an over pitcher, which means there's runs coming in. And the Angels, as a dog, go over at a 59% rate the last 7 years. So collectively, I think when you look at this game here, when the runs are coming in, the pitcher that lets them up is Cantillo. You got to look at it. Now, Suter, I feel a lot better if this was a hockey team with the Suter brothers. But I'm okay with this. Okay with this spot. I'm not saying that I think the game goes over because I believe these games do get to the under. I'm just saying that Cantillo is the over. And the Angels are the team that's going to put this belt to ass tonight. So I'm going to take a plus money shot with the Los Angeles Angels. That was an ad. That was an addition. And I got to go back to it for you guys. I'm going to go back to the under in the Texas Rangers game. I know we talked baseball earlier today. I just want to make sure I gave out a different play earlier today, and I like that play a lot. So if you want to catch one of my best bets out there actually, it's not necessarily a best bet, but it is a bet that I made that I like at plus money in that Texas Rangers game. But I got to go back to the well. Sometimes when it's only a 6-game card, we don't want to overcomplicate things here. And what's been cashing are the Texas Rangers at home on the under. So with the Eovaldi on the bump. Now, my friend Shark says the Eovaldi, after pitching against the Yankees, has a struggle letdown spot. I'll take that chance here tonight. I like under 7.5. And then if you need some, so fucked up this shoulder. That slight twist there. It's like, I could feel it. Like, it's hard to even nail where it is radiating from. 15-0 to the under at home. If they left less than 8 runners on base the previous game, they're averaging 5 runs a game in those spots. Think about it. It's not like they've got a whole parking lot of dudes on base to come across the finish line, and it's just not happening. They're just not getting them there. They're 12-0 to the under as a favorite. If they scored less than 5 runs the previous game, that goes back to it. It's not that they're not getting across the finish line. They're just not getting on base. Now, the Diamondbacks do kind of complete the intersecting zeros. They're 5-0 to the under. Their last 5 games, they're just not fucking scoring. Averaging 3.8 runs a spot in those cases out there. So I'm going to go back to it. I got the under 8. I like to pay up for the under 8. I don't like to. There's plenty of them out there at minus 110s. I should probably rephrase that. I like a minus 110 on the under 8 to have the push versus minus 106 on the 7.5. So for 4 more cents, I got 2 outcomes in this case. Push or binary outcome. Win or loss, right? Does that make sense? You picking up what I'm putting down? V Ranger says no Eovaldi today. Did they take him out? Did they take him out? Did they take him out is what I'm looking for. Oh, yeah. Jakob Judas. It's all right. Does change my first 5 a little bit. But Clint says he thinks Eovaldi just got... Yeah, it looks like it's Jakob. I don't care. I mean, short of Jesus Christ pitching on the other side of this thing. But I will make a note. If that is the case for Eovaldi with back tightness, then we may want to take an option to fade him his next start. Despite him being red hot at home. Oh, that's why we do the show at 5 p.m. Looks like we broke some news together, huh? Got a little breaking news in there? Do we have the breaking news? No, we don't. Okay. No worries. All good. All fun in the hood. I still like the under 8. None of that has to do with Eovaldi. The reason that I like the first 5 was because Eovaldi's, got the old horse hanger. But yeah, Peter Grassi says 8 now on DraftKings. Yeah. Hey, I like it. I'm taking the 8 anyways. That has nothing to do with the pitching. That just has to do with not getting the runs there on base for Texas, not getting runs at all for Arizona. I don't like that pitching switcheroo. Oh, well. Onward. Upward we go, you guys. I've got 2 spots in the NBA. We'll talk sharp respected betting. A couple player props at you, and then we'll put a bow on the show. What do you say about that process here? This first game we've got in the NBA, we're looking specifically at the Pistons. And I understand. I feel like I'm hating on Cleveland today. It's not a Cleveland day. Are the Monsters playing? I'd fade them too. What are they called? The Loch Ness Monsters? They were the Monsters back in the day. I don't know what they're called anymore. The minor league hockey team in Cleveland, but I'd fade them fuckers too if they're playing tonight. No disrespect. 56% of the bets, 52% of the cash are on the Pistons. No movement. This line opened at 212.5. It's at 214.5. And right now we've got tons of cash coming in, tons of sharp differential coming in. 96% of the bets, 97% of the cash are on the over in this game. Whoa. I mean, whoa. And the line's moved. So get a little public E for me. But I'll take the dog. Couple reasons I like the dog in this game. You know, I mean, if you look at it's always tough to think about home road splits because the playoffs, it's a different animal, right? It's not like they got 5 games in a row on the road and then they came back home for 2 before they go back on the road for 3, right? So I kind of take some of those with a grain of salt, but look, the over's getting crushed because the Cavs score more points at home than they do on the road. At least they did last round. The dog with the greater win percentage, I mean, that just makes sense. The better team, you could argue, you can't really argue the metric behind it. I'll give you the fucking metric for the better team. Okay? The team's winning percentage is better than the team they're playing. If they're off a non-cover, they fire back. If they're in the dog world, they're 62-26 over the last 22 years. That's history. Telling us the Pistons aren't here to fuck around and find out. They're about to show them. And I think the point total makes sense because of the Cavaliers' advantage when they're at home versus being on the road. So collectively, I think overall, when you look at these spots there, it makes a lot of sense. Points on the board, but that to me could contribute to the Detroit Pistons coming out there and firing. And it wouldn't hurt for, Uncle Cade to put up a 45 pack. We'll see what happens here. I talked about this the last game. I said if James Harden can stop the turnovers, and man, James Harden had a hell of a fourth quarter the other day. Certainly things that contribute to the over, but I like this. I just think history shows us here. This is a 1-basket game, and you're getting 2. I mean, look at the last game. It was 110-109 with less than a minute to go. That thing could have gone either way. Then you got to look at Donovan Mitchell. I mean, this fucking dude, points make a lot of sense. 32 and 30 points, then held to 24 or less the rest of the fucking postseason here. So they're clamping down on Mitchell. James Harden's a sloppy mess. Cade Cunningham's got BD energy rolling on right now. And, man, as if that wasn't enough. I took Jared Allen's points. Player prop wise, I jumped it on his points market. 12.5. It was even money. And it just didn't make sense to me. Part of the reason why it didn't make sense to me is because if you look at who's been scoring the points, and I know it's a low number, but that's where I think makes it valuable. Probably do see this thing going over. Jared Allen, machine in the paint. Around the rim, the dude's put up 16 and 14 points his last 2 games, and you're catching 12.5 at even money in a really critical situation. I don't want to say do or die, but I mean, look, stage's getting bigger and the opportunity's getting smaller for the Cleveland Cavaliers. So I like those plays. I think that's a good player prop. I think the side with the Pistons and the 3.5 and the 23 years of history in our back pocket dictates that the Detroit Pistons get the job done. And we'll move over to that last game and talk some OKC Thunder and Lakers. I'll tell you, what am I going to tell you? I'm going to tell you I like the team total under for the OKC Thunder. I got 114.5. I guess I kind of want to have a little Lakers love going on here. It's a little love affair with the Lakers. I can't believe it. Man, you know what's been tough? Here's what's been tough for me. they keep losing the spread by a basket. So it's tight. It's tight. And the Thunder, when they covered twice in a row, they like to keep covering. 80 and 38 the last 4 years. So it doesn't get me excited. We got some history in our back pocket to talk about when it comes to this side of things here as well. Man, no team ever has won all 4 games in the series by 17 or more points. The 2019 Bucks were the only team to get 3 playoff games by more than 15 points. And then they won game 4 by 23. So they went out there and smashed the piss out of them. The Lakers as home dogs, they are a perfect 10-0 to the over. They are going over by 19.1 points a game. And so with all that being said, you're sitting there going, well, why are you going to jump in and try to play a team total? I just wonder if you're kicking the shit out of these guys, as the line might suggest, do you start resting players? And does that open the back door for the Lakers? Man, 114.5 is not a pretty number either. Like I would have hoped it was like sitting around 120 or so. You couldn't buy any lower. The team's lost 3 or more games in a row against the spread at home and lost their last game. They do bounce back. Over the last 23 years in the NBA, they're 96 and 47. You're 8 wins in a row. You're 9-1 in their last 10. And that is why I got to take some team total under OKC Thunder action. It's hard for me to put my money on something that's never happened. And that would be a Lakers covering situation based on the history of teams covering double digits 3 in a row. But if the Lakers cover, they win the game outright. I think that's just the way it comes down to it. Now, history will show you that's not likely to happen either. No team's let down in this position. So it's an ugly spot and it's an ugly cap. And frankly, I think this is one of those situations where you take 2 things. 1, the team total under for OKC Thunder. 2, how about LeBron James points? Over 22.5. If they're going to have any shot in hell, he's got to be the guy that leads the way. So that's the way I say we fire off on the props. We'll talk sharp, respected, better. Let me see what's going on with you guys in the chat. Shout out to Gorky here. He's got the Tampa money line and Dodgers -1.5. Barney. What up, Barney? Lakers money line with the up 7 early on FanDuel. There you go. I like the way you play that. That makes sense. What up, Jerry Davis? My man in the house. Gorky says Mookie's back tonight. Let's go, Gorky, with the super chat. My man, Stop Geoengineering's here. All right, you guys. So that's what we've got for sides, totals, props, whatever else we talked about. Sports Illustrated swimsuit issue transition. We cover a lot. Sharp Perspective Betting has come in here. Albeit not for today, but from yesterday, they were buying the under in the Detroit-Cleveland game, under 212.5. Now it has moved against them. The entire planet's buying the over, and here comes the Sharp Perspective Betting report telling you that they're getting the under. That's crazy, because if you look at some of these numbers, the Cavs, perfect 8-0 to the over if they're at home and the total's under 220. And 6 of those 8 games, someone might say, well, how many of those were actual playoff games? 6 of them were playoff games. 6 of the 8, no, were playoff games. So it's interesting to see the Sharps buying the other direction there. But not making the news, I'm just reporting the news in this case here. The NHL, they bought the Colorado Avalanche last night for tonight. They also had the Montreal over 6 and the Anaheim Ducks. Montreal, Buffalo. Did that cash? Yeah, cash. It was cash in the second period. Duh. Baseball wise, if you guys are wondering what the Sharp Respected Betting Report is, it is house roll-up information. In other words, the books have big bettors that have big limits and big bankrolls. And this is a reflection of the house betting information from the big sports books in Las Vegas there. The number one spot they bet on the sides in baseball, Major League Baseball, the Los Angeles Angels. Big plus money. There you go. See, I feel like I'm becoming sharper and sharper by the day. Just buying the price tag. And what I say about that was a price tag play, right? Cleveland Angels under 7.5 was the total. Also, they got the under 7 in the Tampa Bay and Toronto game as well. So there you have it. That's the information. That's the news. All the news that's fit to print, as they say. Now go get yourselves a big payday and enjoy the time with the fellas here, man. We got live shows kicking all over the place, man. Lots of happening, lots on scene. They're playing darts. They're having cocktails. I'm sure they're telling stories by the campfire. But hey, we'll be back to do it again tomorrow here. You've got Ramon Scott at 9 a.m., 12 p.m. We're going to be doing bases loaded. 5 p.m. I'll be back for pre-gaming. Might have a special guest this week for the VB MMA Picks show as well. So stay tuned. I'll let you guys know if you can find me there. But in the meantime, you guys, make sure you smash that thumbs up button. And listen, if you're catching us on the replay, those views are as important as you guys being here live. So those that can take the time to get here at 5 p.m., I appreciate that. But if you're catching it on the replay, drop a note. Tell me who your best bet is. Tell me if you're tailing. Tell me if you're fading. But put it in the comments section. And of course, if you want to support me, you can go over to Winnable. Got text alert notifications. I'm sending plays out on the regular. I got a ton of free plays out there today. So if you're interested in finding my favorite action, not just the information and spots that I'm sharing here, maybe these are parlays, maybe these are teasers, maybe these are some big bombs as well. But if you want to find the way I'm trying to cook the books, you can do that over at Winnable. Hey, it's your boy Mikey Money here and letting you know the Sports Money team live over on Winnable, and you can get your favorite cappers' best bets. Come support the squad at Winnable.
For a low monthly cost, you get the very best bets delivered instantly to your phone by text the moment they're locked in. No delays, no missed lines, just the smartest plays at the best odds.
Let Sports Money Network's team of experienced handicappers do the hard work for you, and with the flexible notification options, you'll never miss a play as we drop them.
Don't wait. Don't guess. Don't miss the line. Join the winning team today and start cashing tickets with Winnable.